At the Mariposa Inland Port, goods as well as people flow both north and south between Nogales, Mexico and Nogales, Arizona. Many Mexicans with visas come across to shop or work on the U.S. side. But the long wait at the crossing and the large barrier built across the border here discourage many Mexicans from crossing, according to migrant rights activist Reverend Randy Mayer.
What happens here along the border is that commerce and business is almost stopped. And what should be a multi-billion-dollar industry is actually suffering.
But cross-border commerce continues to benefit Nogales and to an even greater extent the city of Tucson, about 100 kilometers to the north. Mike Varney, president and CEO of the Tucson Metro Chamber of Commerce, favors a balance between border security and commerce.
We want to keep bad people and bad things out of our country, but at the same time, we don't want to put the brakes on cross-border trade.
Varney says Mexicans contribute a lot to the local economy.
Mexican citizens come to the Tucson area and spend about $1 billion a year in our stores, in our hotels, buying all kinds of services and products here.
Even more important, he says, are the corporations that establish headquarters or special offices in Tucson to manage cross-border manufacturing projects and import-export businesses. Varney is sometimes frustrated by the skewed view of the border portrayed in national news stories.
Economic expansion and job growth just doesn't have the sizzle that a drug bust does. But obviously we cherish the international trade that we enjoy here in Arizona, and we certainly want to do everything we can to expand that.
Many Arizonans blame illegal immigration for suppressing wages of U.S. workers, increased education and health care costs, and a spike in violent crime. Voters have backed bills to restrict immigration, some of which have been blocked by a federal court, while business leaders have lobbied for less strident measures.
It's a mix of politics, it's a mix of trade and economy, it's a mix of international relations, so it's a complicated recipe, and we need to pay attention to all the ingredients that go into that recipe.
Varney says there's even more promise for bilateral trade and commerce once new border crossing stations are completed and fully staffed. Greg Flakus, VOA News, Tucson, Arizona.